Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Now, today I'm going to introduce to you guys a new challenge that I've been working on. Definitely does take a long time, but I definitely enjoyed and learned a lot doing it. Now, it's going to be about grading. Now, for me, I do have some notes off to the side, so I'm going to go ahead and read it to preface you guys before we start. So currently there are 26 grading companies, and we're only going to focus on the ones in the United States. Now, you will see all 26 show up across your screen as a reference. Now, today I will be selecting the top 5 companies in the United States, plus one random company to grade 6 identical cards. Now, the 6 companies that I will be selecting are as follows: Professional Sports Authenticator, PSA; Sports Card Guarantee Corporation, SGC; Beckett Grading Services, BGS; Certified Guarantee Company, CGC; Technical Authentication Grading, TAG; and our random company is going to be Automated Grading Systems, or AGS. Now, the top 5 companies were selected based off of popularity, and the random company, I just threw shit at the wall and selected it, right? It doesn't mean that they're shit, though. So, AGS, don't come at me. Today, we will be submitting 6 identical cards plus some additional ones from my private collection. Now, the 6 cards are going to be the Ancient Mew movie promos, which are all sealed, and I got them through eBay from different sellers. As we go through each card company and talk about grading criterias, we're going to also talk about the card's condition and what we think we might get as far as grades. I will, however, preface that this is my first time grading through any of these companies, but I have purchased graded cards in the past. I had to create 6 different counts in order for me to make this possible. Now, this challenge is about reviewing and informing potential graders on reputation and population of each card, the turnaround time of each company, the grading standards for each company, the pricing of each company, and the ease of use of each platform. Now, with the grading scale, we have a 1 through 10, 1 being poor and 10 being excellent. Now, with them also grading our cards, we will also grade the companies that grade our cards. These are also the same criteria. We will then grade the companies upon the return of our cards. I in no way reserve any bias for any of these companies. This is just merely a science experiment and a challenge that I wanted to complete for entertainment purposes only. I will be also guessing the grade and comparing when they return. So let's begin. Hope you guys enjoy that. I had to write all of that stuff down. But first up, we're going to talk about, and what we're going to look at is PSA. Right? Everyone knows PSA. They're very, very, very popular. And these are the 2 cards we're going to be grading with PSA. So we have the Ancient Mew, which is sealed, and we have the Mewtwo GX, or everyone knows as the Mewtube. So we're going to look at the Mewtube first. It is a pretty good card. Right, so this card, I know it's probably not going to get a 10, but I don't really care, just because a quick backstory for this card is that I originally bought a card similar to this, but it was fake, through TCG Player. And I think a month later, I went to a local card shop and I got 1 pack and I pulled this card. So it was just ironic that I pulled the same card that I got scammed with just from 1 pack. So this card will be going off to PSA. So to me, I think it's more of the story with the card, instead of, it being a 10. But we're going to go ahead and open up this Ancient Mew. We're going to open this up and we're going to see what the grade might be. And we're going to take a first look at the Ancient Mew. So right now the back looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and cut it. So about the scissors here. So you're going to have some information go across your screen about the card, as far as the population, the prices, and everything like that. And there's going to be some vital information that I'm most likely not going to remember, but I'll edit in so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So here's the insert, and here's the card. Now look at that. That looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure. I don't know. This could be a 10, but we're going to go ahead and look at the sides. But that looks absolutely gorgeous. The back. I mean, it doesn't look too bad as far as centering, but I'm gonna just guess. I'm gonna if they're probably gonna do pop control. I mean, I've heard about them doing pop control, but I'm not sure how true that is. But we're gonna figure it out today, right? That's the reason why we're doing this experiment. I can say that this is most likely a 10. I don't see really much scratches on it. Um, but I can say that this is most likely going to be a 10, but I would say the worst a 9. Or it might be an 8. You know, they might just population control the crap out of this card, but who knows? So I have my sleeves here. So we're going to go ahead and put this in a sleeve. That is one card down. So these are going to be the two that are going to go to PSA. So PSA is down and out of the way. All right, next up is going to be BGS. So let's get this stuff out of the way here. Now, BGS, these are going to be the two cards. It's going to be another Ancient Mew, and it's going to be the Dark Venusaur. Now, for this Dark Venusaur, it is a best of XY, and I absolutely love the way this Venusaur looks. This could be a BGS Black Label 10 worthy, but I am not entirely sure because it does have some whitening at the bottom. So it most likely just be a 10, at worst a 9.5. But either way, I think it just might be a good card to submit through to try to see what happens when it comes to getting a black label. And I know that them having black labels are pretty good. Like I said, you will see some information come across your screen as far as statistics and just general information for graders. So this one is going to be good to go. Now let's open up this one and see what we get. Now, a black label in this card, in this Mew, is absolutely nuts when it comes to BGS, right? I think it's like 4.5K just for a black label for this card. So hopefully this is a good card that I can submit through BGS and get a black label. If I get a black label, this would be all worth it. I think it would be pretty cool, but I'm not going to hold my breath here, right? So here's the insert. Card is looking absolutely good so far. Not too bad. I mean, it looks really, really good. I mean, this could be a black label worthy 10. There's not really much, as far as population, there's not much in a 10 black label. So here's the back. Looks pretty good. Centering is really, really good. I'm trying not to touch the surface as much as I can. You know, I got oily fingers over here. I try to wash my hands as best as I could, but you know, there's that. But yeah, I'm trying not to touch the surface as much as I can. Just don't want to give them any other reason to make this card not be a 10. I'm just going to say this is most likely going to be a 10. Highest is probably going to be a black label, but I got to be realistic here. I don't think it might make a black label just because I'm not sure if they do population control for certain cards as well. Like I said, I'm first time grading with these companies, but we will see. So we're going to go ahead and sleeve this one up. Let's get a pretty good sleeve here. Let's try not to touch the surface. I don't want to cause any abrasions or anything on that. So these are the two cards that's going to be going to BGS. Let's get the BGS label here. So yeah, so I can't mix them up and they're going to be on top of each other. So these are going to be all shipped out all at the same time. And we're going to see which one comes back first. And of course, that's going to be a part of the grading criteria when it comes to the cards coming back to us. All right, so BGS is done. All right, next up is going to be CGC. Now, here we go. CGC is going to have, I got another Dark Venusaur. I don't expect this one to make a 10 because it does have some slight scratches on the surface of where you would say a hollow would be. But since it's not a hollow, but it does have some slight surface scratches. It could be, I say, maybe a 9 at the most, but we will see. There are people actually grading these, so we will see. Now, let's go ahead and open up the next Mew for CGC. All right, let me go ahead and grab my scissors here, and we're going to carefully cut the top of this. Okay. Now, with CGC, they do have, I think the price is higher for their 10s than PSA. Of course, it's not higher than, I would say, BGS. None of the prices on this list is higher than BGS. So here is the insert. I don't know if anybody have seen the insert on this before, but here's the insert. And now let's look at the card that's going to go to CGC, which they've been in a lot of hot water lately about authentication and playtest cards. So I don't know. Still doesn't take away from them being on a popularity list, right? So, but we're going to go ahead and grade them anyways. All right, so this one looks pretty good. Not too bad as far as just overall. I don't really see any scratches. Like I said, I'm not trying to touch the surface. Not trying to give them any reason to bump my grade down, but we will see. So I would say this one maybe a 9, maybe a 9 or 10. I mean, all of these cards look really good, but I got to be realistic. Like I said, I don't know if they do population control. But you guys will see statistics of this card on your screen, like I said, as far as population and prices, if there's any available. All right, let's move on. The video's already getting long. Here we go. So that is CGC right there. Boom. All right. Now let's go ahead and carefully put these back over here. All right, next up is going to be Tag. Now, Tag has a lot of cards that I want to submit through Tag, just because they're very interesting, due to the fact that they have a pretty interesting grading scale. Like I said, you'll see that on your screen. But just for a quick synopsis, like if you grade one card, it'll show you how many cards are in that criterion where your card stands amongst the other cards, which I think is really cool. And also tracks the blemishes and stuff on your card as well. So these are going to be the cards I'm going to be submitting through Tag. So I'm going to put their stuff right here. So it's going to be the Ancient Mew, this Magikarp, which is a shiny one, like absolutely favorite Magikarp. Pretty cool. And then it's Dark Venusaur, and then I do have this Chinese Lugia. Of course, it won't be a Lugia Collects channel without grading a Lugia. I absolutely love that Chinese cards are really coming into the spotlight, and I want to actually grade one of these. So pretty cool. But this Lugia looks really good. I'm thinking that this Lugia most likely get a 9 or a 10 in Tag. But since they are probably going to use like automated grading with, I think, with a little bit human interaction, it's probably going to be like an 8, maybe, because I don't know how the surface looks like, right? So, and they're very thorough with that stuff. I'm not expecting much from this Dark Lugia. I just wanted to kind of grade it through them to kind of see how they grade this Dark Venusaur through Tag. I wanted to grade this Dark Venusaur through Tag just to kind of add some cards to it to kind of see how they grade. So that Dark Venusaur is going to go as well. Now we're going to go ahead and open up this Magikarp out of the seal. Which I'm super excited to get this Magikarp graded. I mean, it looks good in the wrapper, but who knows? As soon as you take it out, like, it just all falls apart, right? So, but this Magikarp looks absolutely gorgeous. I really don't see much on the surface, except for right here and here. I see some print lines, but whatever it comes back, I think it's just my favorite Magikarp. It just looks derpy and funny, and he looks absolutely mad. So, pretty interesting to see what this card comes back as. So, let's go ahead and sleeve it up. All right, that's gonna go. And now let's get the Ancient Mew for Tag. All right, hopefully this one's a good one too. All right, here we are. All right, let's get that stuff out of the way. I'm looking like a slop over here. All right, so next card is going to be, of course, the Ancient Mew for tag. Now, this card is looking pretty decent. Not too bad. Let's try to get that light on top of it just like that so we can check all of the corners and everything like that. I mean, it's looking really good. Like, all of these cards are looking good. I ensured that the individuals that were shipping them to me, that they shipped them very, very securely, so we don't have any issues. Now, it all depends on me shipping them to the grading companies. I think that's more important, because they're no longer in the wrapper and everything like that. So me shipping them is going to be very, very important. Now, the back is looking really good. It is kind of off-centered, left to right, slightly. So I don't know their criteria for, for off-centering. So we will see. But so far, so good. So let's go ahead and sleeve this up. All right. And this is the tag submission here. These are all the tag submissions. Hopefully they come back good ones. So we'll see. Now, next one up is going to be SGC. Now, they only have one card, which is just going to be Ancient Mew that I'm going to be submitting through them. I didn't really want to send out any more cards. I know they have the Tuxedo Slab, which looks really cool with the black background. So I want to see how that looks on the Mew. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see. I'm cutting dangerously close, so I know a lot of people are probably going to have a heart attack seeing that. But here we go. But we'll see how they grade and how the Tuxedo Slab looks like. Just right off the bat, this one has a slight bend. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'll probably have to press that maybe, or I don't know. I don't trust it. I'll probably just send it in, but it is kind of a bent. That is unfortunate. I mean, you can't have them. You can't win them all. I mean, you can't win them all, so it's going to be bent. I'm going to see if I can try to put some weight on it, but I'm just not going to chance that. I'm just going to send it, hopefully put it in a semi-rigid, and hopefully it kind of corrects itself. But overall, it looks good. Not too bad. And here's the back. Back is looking also pretty decent. I don't really see any scratches on it, I think, except for the bottom right here. So that might hold it back there a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, where my thumb is, this one. Yeah. So I would say this is most likely going to be a 9, maybe an 8, from SGC. So let's go ahead and sleeve that up. Cool. All right. So that is SGC submission. And last but not least is going to be our random company that we picked, which is AGS. Their interface was pretty cool. The fact that you can pay as soon as you ship it out, and then also they do card cleaning, which I thought was pretty interesting for $3. So I chose all of the amenities to kind of just bump up the price because they were pretty cheap, and I think with the fastest turnaround time as well. So, like I said, most of their information you'll see on the screen. So let's go ahead and open up this. Sorry, I bumped the camera there for you guys. All right, so, and I know they have something called a legendary 10 or something of the sort. Like, I'll have that on your screen, which I hear is really, really hard to get. Whenever I looked at their website, so it's kind of like their equivalent to a black label. All right, so here is the Ancient Mew, looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it's probably going to be a 10 maybe, but I mean, I guess we will see. Yeah, I guess we will see. Hopefully I don't mess any of them up while. Oh, I see something there. Yeah, at the top here. Unless that's just, yeah, it goes straight across. But hey, we'll see. This is the part, this is just, I mean, this is part of the experiment, right? Is to grade through all the companies. You're going to have 6 different slabs, all of the same card through 6 different companies, which I think is going to be really, really cool. So this will make a good display. I'm going to update my display in the back with all of these cards, and I think it's just going to be an awesome, awesome display. And just to say, I completed the challenge of grading one card across 6 different companies is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be cool. I hope you guys do enjoy this type of video, and I can't wait for the results to show you guys the results. Definitely going to be awesome. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. All right, so AGS is good to go. So I'll be shipping these out all at once as well, and see which one comes back first. And definitely going to be interesting to kind of see the results and to grade them in the end. Now, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are having a great collecting journey. Please let me know what you guys think about this challenge, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.